Now let's look at images. I've kept some of the typography here because I don't know, it may come in useful. And you add images, you can add images from here, from images and my image uploads, and I have uploaded quite a few images since the last tutorial to this website, my own images. But before that, let me just show you the media tab, which is like right here. It's this little kind of mountain and sun icon that they have. You can also link images from your other resources, like for example Google Photos or Google Drive or Instagram or Facebook, but that's not usually what I do. What I do, in fact, I don't really have anything on any of these portals. I have some stuff in Google Drive, but not suitable for a website, large size things and stuff like that. So I usually just upload it, and you can upload from here, upload from computer, and let me just show you one to give you an idea. So this here, for example, it won't take very long. I actually already have it, I just realized, but no matter. This was just to show you how the upload works, and then you can just add an image from here. So let's see, I have this nice pasta image, so I'm just going to add it to the page, and voila, here it is. So let's start looking at what all the things that we can do with this. So the first thing here is this little wheel, it's the settings, and what you can do is you can determine the image behaviors. So when image is clicked, a link may open. If that is the case, then you would need to add the link, obviously, but then nothing could be happening. It could be opening in a pop-up, or it could be magnified. So let's choose the magnified thing just to take a look at how that works. Now, in order to see how that works, I would need to take a preview. So I need to go here, up on the top right corner, there's this preview thing. So just let's look at this, and if I click on this, then it takes a little while to do its thing, but that is essentially what would be happening. Now with the pasta dish, this would obviously not be terribly effective. I mean, but with another kind of image, it would actually be quite effective. Now, what's in the image? Do you want to let Google know the search engine optimization? So you could just say spaghetti or something, I don't know. So this is for the alt image, the thing that people will see when they hover over it. Does this image have a tooltip? Well, this is the I think the name of the image, which I don't want to have, so I'm just going to delete that. And for the image resizing, do I want to keep the proportions? Yes, of course I do, so I keep that checked. The autofill here, I think what that does is it fills things when you I'm not even sure what that does, to be honest with you. I would need to look it up, but I would assume that it would fill empty spaces with whatever is in the content here, but I'm going to leave that unchecked. Okay, now for let's go to the second one, the design. So what I have right now is a no frame design, but I can change that. I can go to a framed design, and then there are also other kinds of frames that I can use, such as, for example, circles and things that have double frames or even triple frames. There are all sorts of other things that I can use, but I'm just going to go here just to show you quickly what can be done here. So first we have the border. We can increase that up to 15 pixels, or we can make it really, really narrow. And then we also can decrease or increase its opacity. We have the corners. We can actually create rounded corners around this, except that I would be extremely cautious with that, people. So now I have done that. I have rounded corners, as you can see, but I'm just going to go back to 0. We can add a shadow, and sometimes that works very nicely, actually. So let me just do that, and also increase the change the angle. And then also let's heighten the blur, and let's see, yeah, let's keep it like this. So you can add a shadow, and those can sometimes be very, very effective. Now, there are also other presets that you can use. So for example, we have one here that I can switch to, where we also have a hover. So in the hover state, we can also add an overlay on top of it. For some reason, Wix always likes to make these dark, and I always like to make them white, so I'm going to do the same thing again now. And in the regular, with the border, we don't have, well, no, I'm going to bring those down to 0, sorry. And we have the shadow enabled, so let's just go to preview again and take a look. So when I go over it, there's going to be a lightening. In fact, there's too much lightening right now. I wouldn't want it to be this much. And then I can also zoom in and zoom out. So I have all of these effects on that thing right now. However, I'm actually going to go back to no frame, and I'm also going to go here and release it can be magnified. I'm just going to say it could open in a pop-up. That would mean that it would just open in a light box, because I want to show you the crop tool. Now, with the crop tool, you can crop the image in the usual way, which is what I'm doing right now. Although there's another way of cropping images as well, and I will get back to that in just a minute. So if I say apply, then I would just have a cropped image, but let me just go back to here. Now inside that cropped frame, I can actually move this image. I can make it bigger, provided of course the resolution is sufficient, but then I can also crop it in a shape. So let's say, for example, I want to crop it in a shape like this, or a shape like this. Some of them are very silly, like the dollar shape, or the hashtag shape, or the ampersand, or the Mickey Mouse is especially very silly, of course. So I would advise you to stay away from those. But some of them can actually be quite effective if you use them in a smart way. So for example, these fluid shapes down here, I really like those. So I chose one of them. I can also flip that horizontally or vertically, and like that. Let's see. So I'm going to say apply, and so here's my nice cropped shape, which I can actually scale up some more if I want to. But I'm actually going to go back and go back to here, and in fact go back one more so that we come back to the whole thing. Now if I click on adjust, what I can also do is I can adjust this image from here. So let's go here, and I can crop it from here. So if I want to make it more of a rounded thing, I can actually do that here, and it'll save me a new copy instead of just overwriting this one, which is also very good. I can resize the image. I can make it smaller or bigger. The maximum I can go is 3000 pixels, and you would never want to make a bitmap image go bigger. You would usually want it to go lower, because the bigger you go, the more image quality you're going to use. But you can also resize the image, so I'm just going to go cancel with that. Now with the crop ratio, you can do things like 1:1 and things like that, so you need to check that out. You can enhance the image, so if you just click on this here, it'll do some auto levels, as we call them in Photoshop. So this is the enhanced version. Let's see, yeah, it does make a big difference, so we could actually conceivably use that. But I'm just going to go back now and just show you what we have here. So here we can also just play around with all the different values and things like that to make the image look better. But I'm just going to put all of those back to 0, because actually I think I like this enhance thing quite a bit. So let's just do that. Now there are also other things, and I have another tutorial where I talk about these at some length, which I'm going to link. So here I'm just going to do this for now. So it's changed it, as you can see. I mean, it's made a new adjustment. And now if we preview it, we don't have anything on it except that it's supposed to open in a pop-up, which it just did in a lightbox. And that is basically the kinds of things that you can do with images, and I'll see you in the next one.